Hey guys, how's it going and welcome back. Well, mailman came today with a present in the mail. We've got a premium winch hook by Warren, and this is the 8274 110 scale winch. This thing is a beast. Apparently it can deadlift 50 pounds and it can drag 70. That's pretty good in my books. As far as what all this jazz costs, I live in Canada, and before taxes was $139.99 for the winch, $12.99 for the winch hook at Great Hobbies. I deal there actually quite a bit when I'm buying stuff in Canada, because I love the company. Anyways, free shipping, of course, because anything over $100 is free shipping, which is great. So let's get this thing all unraveled here. Chop this out too. I'm going to be changing the winch line on this actually right away, because a couple of feet is kind of useless. You got to have winch line, you know. And we got some stickers to figure out where we're going to put on the truck. Looks like we've got a bunch of screws here to install with. Something's getting hooked up here. There we go. I have no idea what that's. I have to check with a magnifying glass to see what all that does. So, from what I understand, you can just push the button in and winch comes in. Or comes out. That's cool. Anyway, let's see how she looks in here. Okay, so right away I can tell you this thing's going to be coming off, because this is all preformed metal here on the bumper, and I want to be able to use this. So this ferro lead has to come off of here, and maybe I can raise it up to the next level higher. That might actually work out. Yeah. We'll figure it all out. In the meantime, get the plug wire right here. So I'm going to go off camera and I'm going to install this little beastie thing. For now, I'm going to use my other winch control box. I have a new one coming in with a new remote. I don't remember if I told you guys or not, but the original winch controller I bought from Wish actually came with a dead battery, and it's eaten about 5 batteries since, and I don't know why. But the other day, well actually it's been almost a week, I really hosed it down with high pressure. It's a special lubricant contact cleaner combo that I bought from Long & McQuaid, and anyhow, the stuff works wonders. It's great stuff. So I really hosed down the entire circuit board and the switches, beat on the switches, and then, you know, patted it dry type of thing, and I threw in another board. But the other thing I noticed, and let me grab the controller because I really want to help you guys out at the same time if you get this same problem. There we go. So, if you buy these Chinese winch controllers, they're good. My buddy Jordan from Jables Outdoors has the exact same one. You see this metal bracket here? It actually is part of the framing that when you screw things together. One thing I noticed was you have to have this around a certain way, because if you flip it the wrong way, one of the little tabs inside will actually pretty much touch a resistor that's in there, and I think maybe that was probably the problem even from the factory. So I flipped the whole thing around the other way, and I've done this since spraying down the board the last time, and so far the battery is going strong. I've had no issues with the battery whatsoever, and it's been almost a week now. So I think maybe this might be cured, but this winch is actually going to go into my new truck, which should be here hopefully tomorrow. And hopefully the new winch remote, which is identical to this, that I got coming in, hopefully it has no issues. We're going to find out, because the first thing I'm going to do is check and see if the battery's alive, and if it is, then I know I'm good. If it's not, well, we got a problem. So, anyhow, I'm going to disappear, but don't go away. I'm going to be right back with this. I just got to take all this jazz apart, and that takes a while to install this winch, so I'll instant for you guys, though. You know how that works. Alright guys, and we're back. Well, for me it's been quite a while because I ended up having to go to Walmart. The cable that comes with this truck is like pathetically short, okay? And I think it's a lot stronger than 20 pounds, but anyways, it's crap. So I had the stuff that I'd put on my other winch. It's way too thick. And by the way, once you take this off, that's it. You're not getting it back on, because this stuff frays real easy, and you can't burn it to, you know, make the thing go right. So yeah, that was out. So then I had this orange stuff, which is really super strong, and I thought, well, that would show up great on video. Okay, good luck threading that in. This stuff melts nice, but again, no success. So went out and got some spider wire. This stuff is 50 pound. It's all Walmart had. It wouldn't have mattered. Canadian Tire only carries up to 60 pound in stock. But I am going to order some 100 pound made in Japan stuff from China. And yeah, I can get it in different thicknesses too, which is kind of nice. So anyways, I'm going to order that stuff. But in the meanwhile, this will do, because this winch has a deadlift capability of 50 pounds. And drag of 70. So, I mean, the truck doesn't weigh 50 pounds. So I'm pretty sure this stuff will last for quite a while. I can't tell you how many feet I got on here. Probably be about 40 feet at least. I mean, just, it's been going for a while. My wife was helping me out with this. Got the new hook on too, the premium hook. It comes with a really nice hook though, you know, which is fine. It's okay, you know, I don't mind it at all, but I wanted the premium hook regardless. And this thing came with one of these. Pretty sure it came with a ribbon. Oh, I don't care. Anyhow, so I've got it hooked up 3-cell direct to my ESC. I got to make a Y adapter yet, but let me see if I remember how to pull the winch out. Actually, you know what? Let's manually release it first. No. I guess sometimes the manual works, sometimes it doesn't. There we go. Yeah, you got to get the manual in just the right amount. So you can't winch it all the way up to the top and expect your manual release to work again. So if we stop there, which is really snug, the manual release won't kick in. Okay, so A is out. I'm going to have to remember that. Okay, so if I put it there and just let it dangle. No, no. Oh, there we go. Or maybe not. Yeah, I guess you gotta unspool it just a hair just to get that manual to work. But it does work either way. And the manual, the button will pop right back out once you start winching in or whatever, or winching back out, whatever. But that's definitely got some good pull to her. So I don't know how long this line will last. We'll see. It's going to kind of vary, I guess. depending on how much abuse you put it through. The premium hook is actually kind of neat. It's a little on the chunky side for a hook, but let me grab my pal there. Pole pal. This is the only foreseeable thing I see as a bit of an issue, so what I'm going to do is put a ring on this, because this has got like an automatic clasp thing, and I can only get the, well, I can get the pole pal in there, but it keeps the little carabiner thing down, which is cool because I can get it off easier this way. So I could actually, you know, I could leave it like that. That'd be fine. But so yeah, I can use the pole pal either way. But I'll probably still put a loop on the pole pal because I'd like to have that clasp shut. But even this one here that comes with it, it's actually pretty nice. You know, it's not bad. Keep it for something, you know. But for some reason, it doesn't seem to like my... Well, actually, yeah, it does like my pole pal. But getting it back off, that's another story. You got to kind of move the thing out to the side, and now we'll fix that up later. Who cares? Anyhow, so this is 50 pound or 22.6 kg. There's 125 yards on here. So like I said, there's probably over 30 feet of line on this thing right now, which is just mental. Here's the thing. With your, I guess we call this a Fairlead roller. Anyways, you're going to want to use this and in the top position. This bumper, I did some checking actually back on Banggood's website, and this is for the Land Rover Defender, which is fine. I mean, it fits my truck, so I don't care. But the Fairlead, it's a real pain to use it. The way the height of this winch is, and to the Fairlead, to try and pull out the winch manually, it's on such a weird angle that it doesn't actually work very well. With a small winch, like the one I have on my other bumper that used to be on this, this Fairlead would be perfect. It'd be like hassle-free. You do have two positions for the roller. You got the upper position where mine is now, and the lower. With the lower, it doesn't fit. Okay, there's no way to make it fit because it just goes right into the built-in bracket that holds this aluminum piece. So you do have to use the upper, and the upper works fine because then this way you can grab and you can pull properly and you're fine. So that's not a big deal. So I don't really care that I can't use the Fairlead, but you know, it's kind of there for looks, I guess, than anything. But anyway, so that's our winch. That's our new little premium hook. It's kind of really cool. Can't wait to try that out on the trails. We're actually hoping this Saturday that we can go out to Deschênes Falls. We have a really big treat for you guys that we're not going to talk about right now. But the little part of the treat is we get to try out these new tires that are kind of like air-filled because there's no pisser holes in these beadlock rims. I want to try out these tires. Suspension is set back up with middle positions. Actually, sorry. Yeah, bottom position, which is the highest level up. And everything is like set nice. My angles are actually doing pretty good. The extra weight of this winch, this is like another 3-point-something ounces of weight. That's actually going to make a really good difference. The other thing I had to do is I took some Traxxas little piston rings, you know, a little black ring that's got little pisser holes in it for your fluid. Anyways, I took a couple of those and I actually put them in with my other spacers that I needed for the bumper because again the winch goes back a bit, so I had to make sure that the body would still go on properly, and it seems like we have success. Let me just get this out of here. All this wire's got to get shortened down too. A little bit of work to do between now and the weekend on this thing before I take it back out. Okay. That's fine there. That's fine. Oh, this is the problem when you start getting a lot of wires and crap in your truck. Definitely got to shorten all these wires up. Okay, so aside from the fact I got to straighten up some wires yet, oh, that's my stupid box. There we go. That's better. Now everything's all crunched together, right? So now, real easy peasy to get the clips in too, which is nice. And the body is not getting pushed in now because I got a little bit more space. I put longer screws on for the bumper than what, of course, came with it. And then I used the little spacers that I showed you guys. Anyways, and then of course those little Traxxas pisser rings. And then this way the body sits normal at the front. It's not getting pressed in on by the winch. And yeah, that's pretty sick. Let me see if I can zoom in a little bit more there. So we've got headlights built into the bumper, which is cool. Headlights up top here. Of course we have the light bar, which I have to change the angle on. Because for some reason that's actually sitting up and it shouldn't be. Maybe that was from the last time out or something. I don't know. There we go. That's back down. Anyway, so as far as mod parts go, do I have anything else on the way here? Yeah, I do actually. I have some hooks that I want to try and put on the top, and a couple other little minor things. I do have a new truck. I'm not telling you what it is, but it should hopefully be here tomorrow, if all goes well with the mail system. I'm going to put a couple of these Warren stickers on, because I got like 2 packs of these things, because you get a pack with the little thingy there, little baton, and you get them with your winch too, which is cool. So little Warren winches, I'll stick them somewhere where they're, you know, a little discreet, but you know, not anywhere. You do get 2 screw length sizes for mounting the winch, and your winch plate is threaded on this thing, which is cool. So depending on the thickness of your bumper, depends on which screws you're going to use. I used the longer of the 2 sets because I got a thick bumper. So these screws will just go into my little container of parts. There's my other little red guy. Or no, that's the same one. I don't know. I got junk all over this table. Anyhow, guys, loving the truck, loving the mods that are happening. Everything's going really well with it. I've got to straighten out this rat's nest of wires and stuff, but that's okay. We'll deal with it, get it all wired up properly, and get stuff out of the way so it's not getting bound into things. This is going to be the worst nightmare to shorten up, but I'll get it all figured out before the weekend. So we're really looking forward to the trail ride this weekend and see how the truck does. Everything's good though. It's doing rather well, lots of space. The front armor plate, actually I made a little bit more room. I actually got close to ½ an inch now away from that bottom skid plate, so that's doing good. My waterproof servo is on the way. I like the idea of the servo being up front. That actually works really well because with the box here, I'll be able to strap this box in here if I want to, because it'll actually fit there really nice. And then just a couple of zip ties to tighten it down, and away we go. So I just gotta figure out a few things and whatnot, but so far so good. Anyways, we will definitely give you guys a demo of this winch. I still don't know what this little handle thingy is supposed to be for. I got no flipping clue. It doesn't do anything. The wheel here does spin as you're running your winch. And what looks like a little locker Dewey thing here, I don't even think it actually does anything. No, actually it doesn't. So it doesn't even have anything to do with the manual release. So it's kind of there just for kind of like scale looks, you know. But that's a pretty big honking motor on there as well. But anyways, yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video and the unboxing of this thing. Look for the weekend footage when we go and take this thing out for a spin. And we'll have to see how well this line holds up. This is pretty thin stuff. Now, I do have a complaint about this winch. One complaint, but there will still be a full review either way. And it's the same complaint I've heard from a few other people. They put small little freaking holes, okay, and they basically do like a slip knot to hold the cable on, right? Absolutely ridiculous. On my cheap little Chinese $22 winch, I actually have bigger holes, like twice the size easily, and grub screw to lock down the cable so that it's not even seen or anything. I mean, the advantage of using this thin line stuff is A, you get a ton of it on the spool, but B, you can at least hide your slip knot. But that is a bit of a stupid thing that RC40 drivers should really smarten up about. Make the holes bigger, because I would have loved to be able to use my cable that's like just slightly thicker than this in this winch, because then I could put like, you know, I could easily fit 15 or 20 feet of it on there, and then I'd have well over, you know, 100 pounds worth of pull pressure capability. This thin stuff, I'm concerned about the rocks, if the rocks are going to cut it, and that we're going to find out, of course, if it does cut. But at least I got probably over 30 feet of line on this thing, so if I break it, I can rewire it quick on the trail, which will be a bit of an advantage. So anyways, we do what we do, and like I said, I'm going to order a 100-pound test, and the thicker stuff, I'm going to, well, this is 0.40 millimeter, so I'll probably go to maybe the 1 millimeter stuff, because I do have 1 millimeter, and that should be just perfect for this, hopefully. Anyways, I'm out of here. Thanks for stopping in, and we'll catch you in the next one.